Just...
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second time night that asshole's cut in.
Welcome aboard, boys and girls, for the Backup Hackers. I got a special guest hacker in tonight. Wookie B. Bad is going to be riding shotgun with me tonight. How are you tonight, sir? It's good to see you.
Doing pretty good. First day back at work after the hurricane. So
yeah, I think we're going to start the show with the hurricane tonight. Now, you showed me this earlier. Are you pretty close to where you were on the south end of this? It hit north of you?
Yeah, it hit north of us.
Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and put this up here. This is the picture you gave me before we started. As you can see here, guys, that's the outline of Florida there. And you told me the red and blue dot meant something.
I'm the red dot. Bradley's a blue dot.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
And this thing went in south of you or north of you?
It went north. So up in that bend there at the top, at the bend of the peninsula is where it went.
So the direction it went was kind of like this. I really hadn't paid attention to the picture.
It's already been through South Carolina and all now too.
Yeah, it's already moved on through there.
Yeah, we were doing a Soka stream. My buddy in South Carolina said they were getting Cat 1 conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good. Good to see you guys are in one piece. Did you lose power at all?
No. And that was really shocked because I lose power half time we get a thunderstorm. So
right.
I was really shocked. It was pretty bad. I was up at 5:30. Dog got me up at 5:30, and I was because it hit overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat on the back porch, and you couldn't even barely see outside for the rain.
Really?
It's Florida. That happens once a week.
Right. Yeah, you're used to that. Yeah.
We were getting like Cat 1, Cat 2 winds at times.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't bad. There was some flooding in Clearwater. But like I said, Clearwater, you could stand in the water on one side and see the beach on the other in places.
Yep.
So
that's cool. Das Wolfen's in here. He said pro countdown time. And my brother, you know what I forgot at the beginning of the show, and we got to do this before we get too far out. He actually taped us a message for tonight. Let's see. He says, yo, have a great show. Prayers going out to all you Floridians. Yeah. Apparently, we'll get into the article here in a minute, but I do want to show that video that my brother sent. I was going to make that part of the opening, and I forgot all about it. I'm an idiot. Hang on a second. You guys got to see this. It's great. This is
down in the French Quarter, enjoying drinky drinks. You guys have a good show. Say hello, honey.
Oh, honey, you way over here. You see my arm. And now I'm over here.
Hello. Blame it on the drinks. All right, break a leg. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, I wanted to make that part of the opening, and I forgot about it. Damn it. But, yeah, him and his lovely wife, this is the month they celebrate their anniversary. And they're down in the French Quarter, New Orleans, southern part of our state right here. He lives in the Dallas area. That's where he's at. So, pulled up a few of these things. According to this, at least one death reported as Idalia moves out of the Atlantic. You told me you're hearing two. Is that right?
Yeah, I heard local news down here said 2. Both of them were automobile accidents involving hydroplaning.
Really? What a shame, man. Yeah, we've got some footage of some of the carnage here. This is from just a static cam. This was the storm surge coming in on, looks like a beach house. You said this is Cedar Key it came in on?
Right, that's Cedar Key. That's where it came in at.
Yeah. And we've got another one over here. Let me go ahead and reduce that and get this other one up. Now, this one's got some sound to it. This looks like it was afterwards. This was shot, but
yeah, it still had to surge at that point. Yeah.
And I've got to hang on before I forget about it. Got to unmute. Here we go.
The old front building at the faraway end where the swings were just came apart, and it's washing up the street toward us. Rest
Wow.
in peace, faraway end. That building on the end down there is going to come apart.
Yeah, this one, for being a Cat 4, It was a Cat 4 right before it hit. Wasn't as devastating as the one that last year went in at Naples and Fort Myers.
Really?
That destroyed a lot of homes. A lot of homes.
Let's see. Well, yeah. Hey, man, our prayers go out to all of you guys out there. I hope everybody is safe. I mean, being from Louisiana, we're used to this kind of weather. I'm actually in the northern part of the state, so when we get the hurricane type stuff, it's tropical storm strength by the time it gets to us. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like half an hour from the Texas state line. You know, so we don't get it too hard up here. But
well, even Katrina, the most devastating thing about Katrina was it just sat there.
Yeah, just sat there and kept friggin'
dumping,
sending water at them. That's why it was so bad. That between that and the pumps, I mean, and anybody that's been in that town, when they have a decent rain, it floods. I mean, New Orleans is basically a bowl. You know, it's below sea level. So if those pumps aren't working, you're in trouble, man. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. Some of the stuff I saw here. I got to play this video of your governor, though. This guy. I mean, I dig Ron DeSantis. I love what he's doing. And his best thing is what he's doing for the kids in your state, the education system, his war with Disney. I really don't see him in the White House. I want to see him down there with you guys. I think he's doing good work down there. But,
I don't want to see him in the White House. He needs to finish what he's doing here first.
Yeah, but DeSantis says, now check this out. He says he has a message for potential looters in wake of Hurricane Idalia. You loot, we shoot. Listen to this, man. This is pretty funny. I got to say, it is funny. As soon as I can get this up, we're going to have an ad, but there's nothing I can do about it. Let's see. Let me go back.
Contact a recruiter. There you go.
Yeah, let's join the Army. I don't think so. Hurry up, ad. I'll pause it and blow it up as soon as the ad's over with. But I thought this was great. This is fantastic what he said, because this is basically the South in a nutshell, man. It really is. Let me refresh this. It looks like
parts of it
on a loop.
It's good to see Miami starting to crack down, though.
Yeah, right. Miami used to be one of the most violent cities in the world.
Yeah, they're cracking down pretty hard there.
Are you serious? You're going to act up on me? Okay. Now we got another ad. Oh, bear with me, guys. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. I love this guy. He is really cool. I guess I could go ahead and blow it up. But you know what? The minute I blow it up, it's going to go right back down to the other size as soon as the thing actually starts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another ad. Jesus.
Yeah, it's almost done. See that bar on the bottom? Yeah, there he is. Okay. Now let's make sure it's set and back and turn the mute off. And now we're ready to roll.
There are reports of people trying to loot down in Steinhatchee. And I've told all of our personnel at the state level, you protect people's property, and we are not going to tolerate any looting in the aftermath of a natural disaster. I mean, it's just ridiculous that you would try to do something like that on the heels of an almost Category 4 hurricane hitting this community. I'd also just remind potential looters in the past after these disasters, and I would say probably here, you loot, we shoot. You never know what's behind that door. If you go break into somebody's house and you're trying to loot, these are people that are going to be able to defend themselves and their families. So I would not do it. We are going to hold you accountable from a law enforcement perspective at a minimum, and it could even be worse than that, depending on what's behind that door. So let's all band together and lift people up and not try to take advantage of a difficult situation.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think that's an awesome.
Come on, man. You just need a double barrel shotgun. Give it 2 blasts.
Right? Oh, man. Yeah. Das Wolfen says, I like that message. You loot, we shoot. My brother's been talking to me the whole time, but, he's calling me Cat Stevens. But, yeah, I know I need a producer, buddy. What can I tell you, man? I'm one guy, but I think that's a good message, man. Don't be fucking around, But if this hurricane hit in Seattle or something like that, they'd be talking about, oh, be nice to the looters, don't mess with them too bad now.
But speaking of hurricanes, you see in California where they had that giant rainstorm, the kids were out surfing in the sewer water in the street, out swimming, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And I guess no one told them that that's sewer water because it's mixed with the sewers.
Come on, man. Please. Dude, I'm right here on the banks of the Red River, and they've dredged that to make it navigable to get gambling boats up here, right?
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, that stuff was clay red, dude. There's a reason why they call it the red. It was just red, right? And now they have bass tournaments on it and everything. People go water skiing in that water and everything because of the dredging they did. But I will never get in that water. No way. I remember what it looked like when I was a kid, But yeah, we hope that everybody's doing okay there. I'm glad to hear you weren't without power for too long. And you were supposed to go to work today. Didn't know it.
Wow. I was supposed to go to work yesterday and didn't know it.
That's crazy.
And your boss says you got 2 days off. You just put your phone up. Don't look anymore.
Yeah, put the phone down. That's it. That's it. All right, let's see.
Day.
What else have we got here? Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, I totally blew the beginning of this. I told my brother I would do this at the beginning of it. Let's see. Where is this sucker? Oh, yeah. We got to cue this up real quick. Get this all set to go because we had a little bit of a repeat of something that happened recently in the news here. Yeah, this happened. What, yesterday? Did it happen yesterday? I think it was yesterday. We'll look at the article and see. But this is our man Mitch McConnell. Check him out. Let's see. Yeah. Sounds on.
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's vapor
locked. He vapor locked again, man.
Running for re-election in 2026.
He's seasoned. That's a micro seizure.
I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna need a minute.
That is just wow.
He's got to step down.
He does.
Yeah, look how hard he's gripping that table. He's seasoned hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point is it senior abuse, man?
Again!
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is absolutely nuts. And she tries to cover it up and says, speak up when you ask another question. Yeah, this happened. It was the second time. He's 81 years old. Briefly unable to speak. He was hanging on to that thing for dear life. It's
he
crazy.
Was seasoned. It's uncontrolled muscle contraction.
Yeah.
That wasn't a fart.
Oh God! What? Who said that? Boosh. That wasn't a fart. That wasn't a fart. Oh God, man! Someone needs to turn him off and on again. Reboot him. Yeah, this same thing happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
He's done. He needs to step
another one of these
down.
pressers. Yeah. He really does. In all, the 6-term senator silently held onto the podium silently for about 30 seconds and failed to answer posed questions. I mean, at what point is it senior abuse? I mean, both with him and the president, man. You can't tell me that these guys aren't being run by somebody else. It's ridiculous. It's like Weekend at Bernie's type stuff. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. And I think we've got an article that we're going to look at. I should have pulled it up for this story, but I think Danny sent me one this week about the average age of the House of Representatives.
It's like 80 some years old or something, I think, or like 60s.
It's crazy.
The average age of the population is like 32.
Yeah. I mean, yikes, man. Bush says these people are required to have cognitive exams. Why the hell are these people aren't these people, I think is what he's trying to say, given cognitive exams? He did it during an outdoor speaking engagement last week too. The crowd starts booing and he freezes for 10 to 15 seconds. Yeah, the guy needs,
And when you come out of those things, you don't know what the hell is going on. You don't know where
you
you're
don't
at.
know. Yeah. And you can tell it's not like he's about to
He's not having
pass
a
out
full-
or
he's not
anything.
having a
It's just he
full-blown
can't
seizure. It's a
friggin'
micro.
yeah, he can't do anything.
You were trying to get in trouble, dog.
It's freaking crazy, man. My brother's a big proponent of age limits for
I'm
being,
term limits and age limits. All for it.
Mm-hmm.
But would you vote? Would you vote to shorten the length you can keep your job?
No. See,
They have to do it.
Yeah. Well, this is making decisions for the whole country too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Give me 1 second.
okay. While we're on the subject of the Hill, hang on a second. Bush is lighting it up 3 times in a week that we know of. This could be happening all day. Yeah. This is just what we're seeing. He's not in front of cameras all day long.
Yeah, that's just during the speaking engagement. You don't really know how much he's having these, or when they happen. They can happen every 5 minutes.
Yep.
And it's just a shame.
Yeah,
I always kind of liked him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I still know every politician's bought and sold.
Yeah. There's look, the one that I was really pulling for, and I keep a graphic of her ready to go whenever I speak her name, Wonder Woman, Tulsi Gabbard. That's who I was pulling for in the last election, and but she got up there. She didn't last long because she didn't want to play ball with them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the reason why she retired too, was because there was nobody would work with her. You have to walk lockstep, and it shouldn't be that way. You even had what's his name, the senator from West Virginia, buckled on the on that last bill they passed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, all of these people are bought and paid for. It's all about power and money. And I hate to tell you, these people don't have the power and the money they think they have.
No.
There's some people you never make it on the world's wealthiest men unless
you never see them. Look, the Soroses of the world, we know who's really run the show.
No, it's not. It's bigger than Soros. You're talking about Rockefeller and Rothschilds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your whole family
crazy.
doesn't exist if they don't like you anymore.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. While we're on the subject of the Hill, this one, I gave you the link to this one so you can use it later on. I'm sure. I think I did. Yeah. This one I saw, I thought I was pretty interested in this one from Deadline. Studio and WGA leaders to join Elon Musk and Bill Gates and other tech titans at Senate AI Forum.
Yes.
The gallery of tech industry CEOs, including Tesla's X's Elon Musk, Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, and Google's Sundar, I can't even pronounce his name, Pichai or something, whatever, however you pronounce that, are scheduled to attend a Senate forum on artificial intelligence next month. They also will be joined by the president of the WGA, the Writers Guild of America, Meredith Stein, as well as other union leaders, along with Charles Rivkin, the chairman and CEO of the Motion Picture Association. The meeting, organized by Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, comes as AI is an issue in Hollywood's current labor strife. If you go on and read this article, and by the way, it's on Deadline. You can check it out anytime you want to. The guy that runs, what is the name of that thing? Open AI? The guy that runs that's going to be there too. If you know what I'm talking about. I think it's called OpenAI, isn't it? Yeah, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman is going to be there. And the CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella.
Yeah, anytime Bill Gates is involved, I get wary. So as of right now, the Copyright Office you cannot put a copyright on AI created work right now. The Copyright Office is having hearings on it. The AMTPT really wants to be able to copyright their AI stuff, because then they can just get rid of the actors and the writers and just start producing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pushing very hard for this stuff to get through. And my problem with AI is they could just make a video of me sitting here saying whatever they want me to say.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be able to push that be able to prove it's not you. How are you going to do that?
Yeah, that is the dilemma that I see with it too. How do you prove that it's done by an AI, and how do you prove that it's done by a regular person? Now,
When they're going to have to do something like with the man-made diamonds, where they're marked when they're made. There's something about the cell structure, so there's going to have to be something where in order for it to be produced, it's going to have to be notably somehow. It's going to have to be a
watermarked somehow. Yes,
yes,
mm-hmm.
It's going to have to, or else you're going to have Biden saying, "I'm launching nukes at Russia right now."
Yeah. We've already seen the and it's one of my favorite apps. Reface. I use it all the time for the trailers I make for my shows and stuff. Yeah. We've already seen that technology turn into something that's just, I mean, we've seen videos of Barack Obama saying crazy stuff, and things like that. Das Wolfen says, I wonder if Mitch is turtle enough for the Turtle Club. Oh, I don't know, man.
Turtle.
Right. But this right here, I'm very interested. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I hope they're public. I don't know if it's a public hearing or not, though. You would think it is if it's going to be on the Hill. But that's the list. If you go to Deadline, you can see this list of people that are going to be involved in it. I mean, everybody's going to be into it. It's all the tech people and the entertainment biggies.
Well, here's what I got to say. We see right now what Disney is doing with the volume and how bad it looks.
Yeah.
Because they're using less and less stuff in front of the volume. They're just using the volume.
Mm-hmm.
How much worse is it going to get when they're just using AI?
Yeah.
I still say Into the Spider-Verse is partially done with AI because there's scenes where the animation style changes between the frames.
Really?
Where Miles runs down the stair, the fire escape, it almost goes to like claymation, and it changes the animation style like 3 or 4 times. It goes hyper realistic to cartoonish, and just in that 30-second scene, there's like 15 different styles of animation.
Well, the one that I saw recently, I haven't seen that one yet. I saw the first Into the Spider-Verse, but I haven't seen the new one. It's not that I'm radically opposed. I'm a Spider-Man guy. You can see all this shit around me, but
I mean, we all know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Peter Parker is Spider-Man. We know that. Yeah. Not to troll you, Miles Morales fans, but Peter Parker is Spider-Man. But anyway, but I do enjoy those movies.
They were fine. I think there was a little too much messaging in the second one.
Is there? Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, like I said, and it's not one I was in a hurry to run out and see. I was pulling for the first one to get Best Picture Animated Feature, and it did. So that did happen. I like that. Yeah. But when it comes back to this AI stuff, though, like you can't tell me Disney's not already doing it, because Secret Invasion looked like the opening credits was done by AI.
No, that wasn't AI opening.
That's
that was a completely AI opening. It looked horrible.
Yeah, that's the way those things look. Yeah. If you make an AI video, that's what they look like. It's no.
I called that Sleepy Invasion because nothing happened.
Oh my God, it was horrible.
And then they created the strongest superhero ever.
Yeah, they did. And it's a little petite girl. Yeah. It's a little petite girl that
Amelia Clark.
Her ass.
Where's Jason Momoa to take her down?
Right. Let's see. Bush says Miguel O'Hara is Spider-Man. Peter Parker is long dead. Oh, okay. He must be talking about the comic books. And I wouldn't know. Let me tell you something. I pick up The Amazing Spider-Man. Actually, they collect up over the months. I usually go to my comic book shop it was about 6 months before I got.
You heard what they just did to Spider-Man, right? He's now the Green Goblin.
No, I haven't. Yeah. I don't read them. I'm telling you, I just do it to keep my friends in business. That's the only book I collect.
Yellow Flash was saying the other day, and Nerdrotic was saying too, that people just go buy these books and put them in a box. They don't even read the comics.
That's all I do. That's all I do. And I do it just to support my local comic book shop. We've only got one left here in town. Only got one, but it's because he put everybody else out of business because he's really good at what he does. I mean, they sell sports cards, gaming stuff. It's
they have to, because they can't sell enough comics.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. They can't be just straight up comic books anymore.
I have
okay, go ahead.
Boosh, I have Spider-Man 2099 1 through 10.
Do you? Oh, cool.
Yes.
It's the year 3099. They don't know what the Peter Parker is. I hear you.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely we want to keep an eye on this AI stuff that's going on the Hill because yeah, man, this stuff. I mean, when it first came out, I was like, it's not going to really affect what I do because I just do pencil sketches, you know, and people know it's me and all this stuff. And now I've had discussions with some of my customers that I've worked for. I'm like, hey, would it be something you'd be interested in to get a thumb drive with me actually drawing it to prove that somebody drew it? You know what I mean? But you can actually tell. You can tell it's made with graphite and paper and all that good stuff. But yeah, I've had several of them tell me that
they probably have they have plotters that can paint the Mona Lisa, and you can't even tell the difference.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dos Wolfen says 2099 is when Miguel O'Hara is from. Okay,
yeah.
I'm not really into the 2000.
If you watch the new Spider-Man movie, you'll get an introduction to him. Oscar Isaac plays him. Actually, does a pretty good job. Best character.
Really, very cool. Yeah. Very cool. I know of him. It's just the only time I've ever read about him is like I think the first time I read about him was here a few years back when they actually did the Spider-Verse in the comic book, that crossover.
Yeah.
Where that family of like vampires were like, I call them vampires because they were sucking the all they were doing was killing spider people with spider powers. I thought that was a cool story, but that's the last thing I read in Spider-Man though. Ugh. And I thought it was funny as hell that Spider-Ham had a big part in beating them. I thought it was funny as shit. Peter Porker, the amazing.
That's what I like about the first one. You had Spider-Ham in it. It's like watching Howard the Duck in something.
Yeah, it is. It's badass, man. All right, let's see. Let me get rid of that one. Okay, now we know what's been here in the news here lately. Over the last few days, you guys, if you haven't heard about this kid is fantastic right here. 12-year-old boy removed from school over "Don't Tread on Me" patch. This kid's name is Jaiden. The Gadsden flag is a proud symbol of American Revolution, says Colorado Governor Jared Polis. He had to back up this kid because his teacher took him in for disciplinary action. Well, actually, it's not his teacher. His teacher reported him, but I think in this video, it's the assistant principal that's sitting down with him, right? Pretty sure it is. It says, the tweet says, meet 12-year-old Jaiden, who was kicked out of class yesterday in Colorado Springs for having a Gadsden flag patch, which the school claims has origins with slavery. The school's director said via email that the patch was disruptive to the classroom environment. Receipts in the thread. But yeah, check this out. They took him in to talk to him. This is crazy.
It's a historical flag. So the reason that they do not want the...
See right there, it says J-Rod, Vice President. When I was watching him on Benny Johnson today, turns out that he can only run for vice president because you have to be in the 8th grade. He's in the 7th grade apparently, and you have to be in the 8th grade to be able to run for president. He can only run for vice president. This guy's already starting politics, bro.
The reason we do not want the flag that way is due to its origins with slavery and...
Slavery.
That is what was...
They don't... And what's funny is the governor had to come out and correct them. I think that tweet is in here too. Let me see if it's in here.
So I just looked it up because I had to recheck. So I'm from a little place called Virginia, and this was the flag of the Culpeper Minutemen.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a symbol of the American Revolution. It has nothing to do with slavery at all. Nothing.
So it was Christopher Gadsden, who was a brigadier general. I got the thing up here. In the Continental Army, presented the flag to South Carolina Provincial Congress in February of 1776. Also, it was called the Hopkins flag because it was used by Commodore Ace Hopkins, the United States first Navy commander. This was the first flag of the U.S. Navy.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yes.
That is badass, man. That is awesome. Well, anybody that knows me knows that I'm working on a comic book called The Privateer, and it's about a pirate, right, from the American Revolution. And I'm sure you guys saw it in the thumbnail. That's my avatar. That's him right there. Okay. And he's got a tri-cornered hat. Well, let me tell you something. I freaked out when I turned on Benny Johnson this morning, and he was actually interviewing this kid. And look what he's got on his hat, his head. He's got a tri-cornered hat on, man. Check this guy out.
Welcome to the show, Based Jaiden. I love your hat. I love your tri-corner Revolutionary Patriot hat. That is a beauty, young man.
He's like, oh, I had it on wrong.
Yeah, he had
okay,
it on wrong.
so you're the most notable, memeable, based 12-year-old possibly that ever walked the earth in America right now. Tell me about these last 24 hours. How have they been like for you?
Well, it's definitely been better than yesterday, because now that it went viral, I'm treated like a celebrity. It's crazy.
This guy's got the world by the balls.
I'm definitely famous at my school and worldwide. I'm just glad to get my story out. I find that I'm grateful for my story being out and people can be heard and whatnot, and because I just stood up to these tyrants and whatnot, and I don't think a lot of people do that.
Guys, go check out this video. It's from today's Benny Johnson show. Definitely go check that out. I don't want to play too much more of it. I want you to go see that for yourself.
Like the kid's based, but the kid's only based because he's raised a certain way.
Yes, he's been raised that way.
He may have gotten into history by his parents, but he's been raised a certain way. I know when I was young,
he says in the interview,
really
and I want you guys to go, as soon as the show's over, I'm going to put a link to this video in the description so you can go check it out. But it was from today's Benny Johnson show. And he says in there that his mom read him stories about it. And that's where he got interested. And he asked him what his favorite event of the revolution was. And he said the Boston Tea Party, which I love, man. I mean, my dad's from Boston. So, I love my beloved Seahawks, but everybody in my family roots for the New England Patriots, except for my wife, because she's a Dolphins fan. But, everybody that's got the same last name, they root for the friggin'
But
New England Patriots.
so I grew up in a battlefield town, a Civil War battlefield town.
Right.
My great-grandfather was the caretaker of George Washington's boyhood home.
Wow. That's cool.
So if you look that up, that'll tell you where I'm from.
Yeah,
but
Virginia. Look, if you're from Virginia, you are all around where the revolution.
I mean,
happened.
like Davy Jones lived there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of stuff, and so history was always a big thing. My uncle has a doctorate in medical history too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So history has always been a big thing in our family. And
Yeah.
the Civil War was a really big thing in our family too. So and revolutionary. We have a revolution. My brother has it. It was a Revolutionary War sword off the grounds of George Washington's boyhood home.
Wow.
Only thing left is the blade, and it has no hilt on it. It's all rotted away. The blade's all rusted up, but still, it's from then.
But still, you can put a hilt on it. Yeah. No doubt. An accurate hilt.
Yeah,
but
so history is always. Here's the thing: if you don't learn your history, it's doomed to repeat itself.
you're doomed to repeat it, no doubt. And
this stuff of pulling statues and shit down is bullshit.
I was just about to say the same thing. We're on the same wavelength. It's all bullshit. The place where I was born, they just renamed it. Okay. I was born at Fort Polk. It is no longer Fort Polk, Louisiana. It is now Fort Johnson, Louisiana, because apparently Leonidas Polk was an officer in the Confederate Army. So I think he was a lieutenant or something like that. But they totally changed the name of the fort. Where my dad was, they call it Little Vietnam. It was the main launching point for all the troops that were going to Vietnam. My dad was a drill sergeant down there training troops in *65 when I was born, but now it's Fort Johnson. Thank God I was born in Leesville. They didn't change. That's the town outside of Polk.
But
So-
yeah, I mean, the problem is when you go changing all this stuff, you're not the only thing you're teaching people is it's easy to get canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you're teaching.
We're not saying we're not imperfect, and everybody's like, "Oh, so I remember a Summer of Love. They were wanted all these Confederate graveyards moved out of the town." I mean,
Mhm.
I used to ride my grandfather to work with him on the weekends, and we did hundreds of graves, thousands of graves. We would drive right through Dead Man's Curve, which is where all the graveyards were.
Right.
And they wanted to move on stuff, and they're like, people you don't realize they have the same rights as any American soldier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This stuff is just as protected as the Vietnam Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand that.
Yeah. I don't get it, man. All these statues coming down and stuff, you're just dooming it to happen again, man. Bush says, nerd. Settle down, dork. Stop screaming at the kid. He's talking about friggin' Penny Johnson. But look, let me tell you something. I'll tell you what's sad is that educator right there thinks that symbol has something to do with slavery, because
it's Colorado Springs. You don't get any further left than Colorado Springs.
Right. And for them to not understand, these are educators that don't know about history. I just don't get it. And it's funny, you tell me you're from the Virginia area. My dad lives in Virginia Beach area. His last posting was Norfolk. He was in the Air Force, but they sent him up there to work on some new computer system in like 79. It was last year in the military. But I've been, I think it's Richmond. Isn't Richmond where they have that town that's a throwback to the Revolutionary days? You can go to the blacksmith and all that stuff.
That's Williamsburg.
Is it Williamsburg? Okay.
Yes.
Because I took my daughter there, and she actually, I put her on, they put her in front of the judge because she was somebody that was an indentured servant. They played out the thing in the courtroom with that. It was pretty cool. She got to learn some pretty neat stuff there. But I love that town. I love that whole area, man. Yeah. And I just can't believe that there's educators that just don't, they don't even know history.
That's because they're not there to educate, they're there to indoctrinate.
Yeah, I know.
They've been indoctrinated themselves, and they must pass it on. Yeah.
It just it breaks my heart, man.
Oh, and that's
it
what
really
I got
does.
in arguments in high school when I was with kids, because they were like, Civil War was over slavery, and I'm like, no, it's not. It was over states' rights, over taxation. Same thing.
Yes,
The
it was.
Revolutionary War was over, and then they're like, you're not right. You're right. And the teacher's like, he's right. It's just not in the history book.
That's it. Yeah. The guys, I love the history professors that taught you stuff that wasn't in the book. You know what I mean? I love those
with a guy
guys.
on after a stream one night, and I'm like, dude, go buy a 1960s history book.
Yeah. It's a lot different from the one they get today. It's a whole lot different.
But he was from Chicago. And I was like, I don't expect you to know dick about the Civil War. You didn't grow up in that area.
You didn't grow up in that part of the country. I mean, come on, man. But yeah, definitely go check out that interview. He's also been interviewed by who else? The guy from the Daily Wire, right?
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. That's it.
Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been on a few shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a popular guy. Let me tell you, he's doing pretty good. I like I like that kid a lot. Let's see. Oh yeah, you gave me this one before the show. Let's check this one out real quick. It says Nebraska man pulled over for after massive bull spotted riding shotgun in his car. Video shows. You guys have got to see this video. This is insane. Let me pop it open real quick. Get it full screen. This guy has got a bull in the car. What is going on there? I'll try and turn the sound on again.
So supposedly he's transporting
the sound's
it back
not working
from
on
a
the video.
show.
Best car entry.
But look at the back of the car.
Yeah, it's yeah. Anybody that's been around wild animals knows that they just don't care where they're at.
No, it just goes. Look at the horns on that thing.
Hang on, I'm popping it back to the front. Yeah, that's a hell of a rack he's got on there, man. That's crazy. I want to know how he got him. Well, it's obvious how he got him in the car. He stepped him up in there. That's crazy. That is absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
Let me.
That is one hell of a cow.
I'm telling you, man, he's huge. Let's see what this article says. The bizarre traffic stop carried out by a Norfolk. Oh, this is Norfolk. Wow.
Yeah.
Police division happened Wednesday morning.
Well, I think it's like Norfolk, Missouri. Oh, Nebraska.
Okay, Norfolk, Missouri. Okay. Yeah. Authorities received a call of a man driving eastbound Interstate 274 with an animal on board, according to News Channel Nebraska. It's in Nebraska. Yeah. The officers received a call reinforcing a car driving into town that had a cow in it. They thought that it was going to be a calf, something small, or something that would actually fit inside the vehicle. Oh my God. It appears the bull, whose breed can weigh up to 1,600 pounds, according to the beef site, only was able to fit into the vehicle after parts of the car's body and windshield were sawed off, and a platform was installed in the passenger side area. Good Lord, man. That is crazy. That is absolutely nuts, man. I mean, we've got the state fair down here, but I've never seen anything that big. Good Lord. That is absolutely
I'm going
insane.
for a ride.
Going for a ride, baby. Hope you're not behind me. Look at the back window.
Just
It
took
is
the
just,
toe off.
oh my God, that's crazy. That is crazy. Thanks for that one, man. That's pretty cool stuff. Let's see. Bush McFadden says she's a fascist. She believes her beliefs supersede constitutional law. She doesn't have to know anything. Everything she says is fact by virtue of authority. Yeah, I hear you. She thinks that. It's a Brahma bull. Yeah, no doubt. It is a Brahma bull, man. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep that one. Get that to Brahma. But now this one, this is the one we're going to finish up on. We're going to keep it short tonight. We're not going to have a long show tonight because I know you've got something going on. So, but I saw this one today and I couldn't pass it up in the New York Post. This one right here. This is too much right here. I'm a sex therapist. I sleep with clients to save marriages. That's what this girl's. Now, I'm going to let this video play. Hang on. Let me blow it up and start it over so you guys can see it.
Bentley. Hi, I'm Olivia Bentley, world-class erotic professional of 15 years in the sex industry, porn star, and intimacy coach and educator for couples and men. I have a master's degree in education, and I'm also a fitness competitor and influencer. So I have combined all three talents to help you achieve the best sex of your lives. One question that I get that's very popular is what types of exercises are helpful in the bedroom. And I would have to say, hands down, for the gentleman, keeping your tummy tame, keeping that blood flow going will help prevent erectile dysfunction. Overall, yoga is fantastic to keep you limber and allow you to stretch into some unique places.
I can't stop staring at the bad lip job.
I'm telling you, man, I hate bad lip jobs, and it's horrible looking.
It's like twisted or something.
Right? She looks like a frog. It's ridiculous.
She would be like, you know how many's been in there?
Right? But listen, wait till you hear some of this article. Das Wolfen says, I don't think it's supposed to work that way. Let's see what this says. She says she's a sex therapist. Olivia Bentley is her name. She says, I've saved marriages. She's from Boise, Idaho. Native told Kennedy News, calling her a life changer. I get physically involved with a majority of the people I see. I think that's part of the appeal. The veteran sex worker who has spent 15 years in the industry claims that women have asked her to demo sex acts on their husbands. My wife wouldn't go for that shit, bro.
A lot of wives wouldn't go for that.
I mean, come on, man. What the hell? While some wives grant their eager hubbies a hall pass to pay Bentley a visit. This is crazy, man. And she's got a master's degree in education.
Weren't we just talking about educators not really
right?
knowing what they're doing?
Different kind of educator, right? What the hell, man? But you can tell she's a bodybuilder. Yeah, she definitely stays in shape. But my gosh, dude, that is absolutely crazy. I mean, I know my wife wouldn't go for that shit. That's for sure. She wouldn't let me go see that shit. But hey, different strokes for different folks. I don't get involved in other people's bedroom stuff. Hey, as long as you're not hurting yourself or somebody or anybody else, we should stay out of there. But wow, have fun with that. No, not me, man, not me. But apparently she's experienced. I would say that. What do you think?
I would say she's definitely experienced.
But
she's in good enough shape too to give you a workout.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Let's see. I did want to cover one last thing that I didn't get before the show. I forgot about that. Hang on. We will do that real quick. Let's see. Let me find the article real fast. Yeah, here it is. Okay. All right. The last one for tonight is the guy that's leading all the polls. He pleads not guilty to Georgia election racketeering charges. Racketeering. They make this sound so bad. They really do. Let's see. Trump and 18 co-defendants were indicted August 14th on the combined 41 charges. By entering a plea through a court filing, the former president avoided needing to appear on September 6th at a scheduled arraignment hearing. So he just did it through his lawyer. But yeah, right now he's free on $200,000 bond pending trial. And of course, he's got the mugshot that has been seen around the world now at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see. Small Time Republic says, I can imagine some guy saying, honey, I cheated on you to save our marriage.
Yeah, it's
no
the
doubt,
old saved
right?
our marriage line.
That's great, man. It's unbelievable. We'll get back to that in a second, but I wanted to make sure that people knew that he did plead not guilty to what's going on in Georgia. And
he probably actually pled you're a bunch of dumbasses, but they wouldn't.
Right. Here's my problem, man. They're just trying to get something to stick. They're throwing, what is this, 91 counts he's been indicted on in 4 different indictments, 3 federal and 1 state indictment.
Well, so here's the thing. And like I said, I like to look at things from the opposite point of view.
Mm-hmm.
In one hand, you could say they're trying to get this man elected.
My God, yeah, you would think that way.
But on the other hand, are they trying to get this man elected?
Right. Well, you heard what Tucker Carlson said about it. Did you hear what he said?
I didn't watch the interview, no.
Oh, not the interview. No. This was earlier today. Let me see if I can find it real fast.
You have to look. Is this a psyop? Do they really want Donald Trump in office so he can do whatever?
No, they don't.
He did the 2 weeks to stop the spread, and he won't shut up about being responsible for the shot and
all that good stuff. Yeah. This is the deal right here. Let me get.
He's
my
more
history.
than 215 pounds.
Now, I think this was on a Jeremy video, but you got to hear it, man. Tucker was commenting on something here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. No, it was on. Here it is, right here. It was on on Maniac Show. What the hell is his name? Steven Crowder. Yeah. Well, basically, I'm not going to play it.
Well, I guess
basically he said, "Look, they're doing everything they can to try. They don't want him anywhere near the White House again. And if none of this works, the next step is assassination." That's what he said. That's what Tucker Carlson said. And I was like, dude, really? He's like, yeah, you got to think that's what they're thinking. And I was like,
the problem is, so it came out the CIA assassinated JFK. They're not going to get away with it a second time. There's going to be repercussions.
Yes.
If somebody were to assassinate him.
Yeah, you would think yes. Now, I know there's a guy named Poole that likes to talk about Civil War all the time. That would be the match that lit it right there if they were actually stupid enough to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Unless things have started wars.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Das Wolfen says one of the charger is for a tweet. Those whole thing is just an attempt to get him out of the race. Yes, yeah. One of the charges. I'm sorry. Sometimes when they type these things in, I got to think about what they're typing. Yeah, one of the charges is over a tweet. It's over a tweet.
Yeah.
One of the indictments is over a tweet. That's absolutely crazy. He pled 6'3" and 215 pounds.
Yeah, but he's like I said, he's way more than he's probably 250, 260.
Yeah, he's way bigger than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's 6'3". I don't think he's that tall.
I thought he was like 6'2", so it might be 6', maybe 6'3" with shoes on. Yeah,
it's possible, I guess. But I just thought that was hilarious, man. I thought that was funny as hell. But yeah, I don't think they're going to get anything to stick. And I'm hoping. What I want to see some.
New York is their best bet because that whole district's completely done, and the jurors are going to convict him no matter what. And that's nothing you can always say.
If they get him in front of a jury, in New York, they definitely throw the book at him.
But however, they have set the precedent for states and federal governments to indict a former president.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about it.
Yeah.
Because usually they have immunity to this kind of stuff. But
like Texas may very well go after Joe Biden when he exits the White House.
Yeah, absolutely. You know they might. Let's see. Static says, or is it a good thing? Yeah. Hey, look, let me tell you, I'm sitting on me and my wife on Tuesdays, we go to the gym and get on the treadmill for half an hour, right? And we get on the treadmill a couple of weeks ago when I think it was the third indictment. It wasn't the one in Atlanta. It was the one before that, the last federal one. Okay. And we get on there and we're just starting to walk on the treadmill. And she looks at me and she goes, don't they know that they're sending voters his way doing this stuff? And this is a woman that doesn't even follow politics. She said to me, Joe, if I can see this, why can't they see it? I was like, I don't know, babe. I don't know what they're thinking.
Because they're hoping to get a conviction.
Yeah. That just throwing shit against the wall, trying to get something to stick. Just like cooking spaghetti. Let's see if it'll stick, right? Das Wolfen says, I would go after Obama. Well, look, here's the problem.
Limitations is probably over with by now.
Yeah, who was it? I also saw earlier today, he was being interviewed by Glenn Beck, and Trump was. And Glenn Beck asked him, do you regret not going after Hillary? And he said, yeah, well, you see what's happening to me now. He said, I've always had such high respect for the office that I said, no, I'm not going to go after these people. And that's the way Republicans always are. They always try and take the high road when these guys will kneecap them at every chance they get. You know what I mean? Well, it's bizarre to me.
There's been,
but yeah, he said he regrets it. He really does. Yeah. And so, yeah.
But they said the impeachment papers. There's been impeachment papers on every Republican president since Tricky Dick.
Yeah, impeachment's. That's just an embarrassment. It's not anything that. I mean, God, Clinton got impeached. I mean, shit.
Yeah, but he got out of office before they could actually remove him from office.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Let's see. Small Time says Biden will leave the White House horizontally. Oh, I hope not, man. I hope he doesn't. I hope he leaves vertically. I would look.
Maybe trips on the way, but
look. If anything, the guy needs to do jail time because this is I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but if you guys don't understand what's going on with that entire war that we're shoving all kinds of money into, you really need to wake up.
He'll never make it to jail time, but his son could.
Yeah, his son needs to be under the jail. Biden can just plead Alzheimer's. Yeah, at this point he could. Well, you know what I think about it? I think it's elder abuse. I really do. The whole it's Weekend at Bernie's stuff. He's not running the show. Somebody's running him. You know what I mean? He's getting a script. He's not making decisions. I mean, a lot of people think that Obama's pulling the strings, but Well, we'll find out. We'll find out what it's all
Static, he'll
said.
create the first galactic empire is what he'll have to do.
Oh my God. Let's say Trump gets through all these indictments and gets elected. The world will go mad. He will have to literally drain the swamp, and that will only create more chaos. Yeah. Look, I'm just hoping we get through this with as little. I hope January 6th is the toughest thing that happens in this whole deal. Really. Yeah. I think that's it. I hope. Well, I'm saying I hope that's it. I mean, I love this country. I served in the Army for this country. You know, my whole family's been in the military. And, you know, I'm a very patriotic person. And I just hate to see what's going on now. Because let me tell you, my favorite meme, I wish I had it to pull up. I need to put it in as a regular fixture, especially on this show. But it's a guy with a rebel flag on the back of his blue jean jacket, holding an AR-15, and he's fist bumping a guy with dreadlocks and a MAC-10 in his hand. And it says, "This is what the government really fears."
Yes, it is.
Us together.
Everything is about division.
Yeah.
Even if you look at Star Wars, it's a basic thing. It's about division.
Mm-hmm.
What they've done with it. It's divided the fan base so badly.
Yep.
But that's the key. You're weaker apart than you are together.
That's a fact. I used to have a guy that I hung out with at work. He was a Democrat, lifelong one, you know, African-American guy, served in the Navy. Our common language was the military, right? And the entire time that Trump was running for office the first time, we would have, of course I smoked back then, and we would be out in the break area, you know, talking about the election coming up and stuff, and talking about our points, who we're pulling for, and all this good stuff. And it's called civil discourse. It's like this country has completely forgotten this. You can disagree with somebody and not get mad at them. You know, he's one of my best friends to this day. His name's Jimmy, and he's a great guy. He's moved to Dallas since the plant was shut down. But boys and girls, if you see anybody preaching division, you need to question that person's motives. We're stronger together. And that's the way this country should be. So, well, listen, we have come to end of our time here. Wookie, I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I appreciate you showing up here. Matt is in the chat, my man, my usual backup quarterback. And hopefully he's going to make it Sunday. He says he's on the mend, so hopefully we'll see him Sunday. But I want to thank you for being here, man. I hope I didn't screw it up so bad you won't come back. Do you have anything you want to let people know about what you got coming up?
In about 30 minutes, I will be over on Static 2020's channel doing the weekend pregame. We've got some similar topics. We're also going to go into Twitter collecting biometric data. Of course, the Gadsden kid and Call of Duty using AI are going to be some of the topics we're going to go through. Other than that, you can catch me on Sundays on my show, and I try to make it to the MFer on Jed's show whenever I'm available.
Okay. All right, man. Well, listen, I appreciate you being here today, man. Das Wolfen said, good show. I appreciate you, man. What did Static say? I'm not saying don't elect him. I'm saying it won't be pretty. Yeah. And my whole thing is this, Static. I really would like to see another, and they're so few and far between. I want to see another leader come up. I really, you know, I watched that friggin' debate live the other night, last week, you know, last Wednesday, I think it was. And none of those guys needs to be in that office. Nobody that was on that stage needs to be in that office. There is not a leader among them. There is not. And I really want to see your guy in Florida stay in Florida. Let's see him finish his fight with Disney. That's where he needs to be. Some of the stuff he said while he was at the podium really made him sound like he was really uneducated when it came to world politics. You know what I'm saying? It was he's got some studying up to do. But anyway, listen, guys, I want to thank you guys for being here. I'll let you know real quick what's going on with my channel. Of course, you know, this is usually the Brothers Hack the Matrix, but tonight it was the Backup Hackers. And the Brothers Hack the Matrix will be back next week at its regular time at 6 p.m. Central Time, as long as my brother's not too busy. And we go over the headlines of today and let you know what's really going on behind the scenes. And then Saturday, you can watch me work on my comic book for an hour before I go to work, sketching the Privateer. I've got 2 books plotted, and I'm working on the details of all the panels and stuff for it. It's a lot of work. And now I know why they've got an entire team of people working on it. But you can watch me plug away at it 1:30 p.m. on Saturday afternoons. And all these times are central, by the way. And then Sunday is my favorite time of year is here, boys and girls. Sports ball is back. NFL pregame party. Our 2023 season prediction show is this Sunday, and the cast has doubled this year. Last year it was me and Knock, and we're glad to be joined by Small Time Republic and Das Wolfen. They'll be along for the ride this year. And speaking of that one is at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings, starting this Sunday, 2 hours before kickoff of the noon games. And then Das Wolfen is still filling in with Gary for Gary on Pop Culture Minefield. Gary is back home. He is recovering from his foot injury, and hopefully he'll be back soon, but I'm pretty sure John's going to be on Monday morning at 10 a.m. for another edition of Baldur's Gate. He's playing Dungeons and Dragons live, and I'll be on there for that 10 a.m. Monday, and then 4 p.m. Monday, it's going to be Motorhead on that 70s Rock Fans channel. And so be looking forward to that. I know there's a lot of metalheads out there going to be looking forward to that show. 4 p.m. in the afternoon on Monday afternoon. And then you might see Wookiee show up again this Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time for another edition of Couture. I didn't put the number on it because it's that unlucky 13. But yeah, we got another edition of that at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then Tuesday, let the hype begin. Real Wade Nation. I'm finally going to take him on at Madden live where you guys can all see it, because he'd been talking some smack in the chat that he was going to kick my butt in Madden. Well, guess what? I got Game Pass, and I'm going to take him on this Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central Time, the normal time for Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. And then Wednesday, it's State of the Atmosphere, my pop culture show where we take a look at all the movies and comic book news and stuff like that. And this time around, it'll be all the releases coming up in September. It's the first week of September, so we'll be doing that. That's at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. So for myself and the really bad Wookiee, I want to thank you for being here. I'm glad to see you're in one piece. The house hadn't fallen apart around you. And you guys keep your prayers up for the people in Florida. And until we see you guys again, I want to leave you with the trailer for Pre-Game Party, because I'm looking forward to it. You guys take care and keep on keeping on. God bless.